Hello, this is Team 11's analysis of the Nigeria case study for the Global Systems Project.
Before we get into the case, here's some background information on Nigeria. There are currently around 174 million residents in Nigeria. The country is twice the size of California, and GDP per capita in 2013 was $2,827 US. English is the official language in Nigeria, and the capital is Abuja. 70% of the population currently lives below the poverty line. The problem that we will be evaluating has to do with the heavy rains in Nigeria. These rains come during the summer and can cause serious and sometimes catastrophic flooding across the country. The rainy season comes between June and September in the northern part of Nigeria, while in the south, the rainy season comes between March and July and again in September and October. During these times, rivers overflow and damage hundreds of thousands of acres of farmland. Millions of people need to be relocated, and hundreds of lives have been claimed in the past by these horrendous floods. In order to combat these floods, our team suggests that the people of Nigeria start through mitigation and preparedness. First, educating all Nigerians properly about these floods is a good way to prevent chaos when there are more in the future. Secondly, encouraging families to purchase or make small boats would be a great way to make people prepared for what is to come. When it comes to education, this will be a very important factor in preparing all Nigerians for these natural disasters. Televising information about the weather patterns and rainy seasons in each region can be helpful in educating the general public. Also, talking to kids in school and sending them home with information pamphlets and safety training can be very useful to people all over Nigeria. Spreading the word about how to cope in these kinds of situations will be critical in preparing people for natural disasters before it happens. Encouraging families from all over Nigeria to purchase or make small boats to carry their families in absolute emergencies can be a way to prepare for these natural disasters. Keeping the boats close to family homes can save lives in the case of severe flooding and can provide a way out for people that might otherwise be trapped. Education in combination with these safety devices could make a huge difference in Nigeria during the rainy season. Here is an example of some boats that could be used in Nigeria during the rainy months.
Out of the different tools used for communication, mobile phones are the most feasible for emergency response in Nigeria. According to statistics from 2013, there are over 114 million mobile phones currently in use, which averages out to approximately 70 phones amongst every 100 citizens. In comparison, there are recorded to be only 400,000 mainlines in use and 44 million internet users, which is still significantly less than the 114 million mobile phone users. Thus, we have found mobile phone technology to be the most feasible tool for communication in emergency response situations in Nigeria. An effective way to harness mobile phone technologies is via usage of text messages. Although disadvantages involve that they are reliant on cellular phones and the fact that there is a limited length of messages, there is a whole lot of advantages of text messages. They don't rely on voice channels like cellular voice calls or enterprise email servers like wireless email devices. SMS messages are small packets of data that travel on the same portion of the channel that holds location and status in the device. Thus, they display more reliability. They're more resistant to heavy traffic and often function when other communication methods have failed. Messages will sit in a queue if they're unable to send immediately, eliminating the need to manually redial or resend information. Also, text messages are a quick way to send messages to multiple people in groups at the same time. During Katrina, a text message notification system was implemented and harnessed in a couple different ways. For example, they were used to direct helicopter rescues. Also, ambulance drivers were able to notify hospitals about the status of incoming patients. SMS messages hold a lot of potential for a variety of future uses. They're important to locating stranded individuals and informing them of their best options or saying that help is on the way. Also, another area of potential is the involvement of people who are not directly struck by the disaster. So, somebody from another part of the world could stay updated and donate money immediately Thus, we have found that an effective way to harness mobile phone technologies is via text messages.
During disasters and in the aftermath, some of the most critical areas are the relief centers and temporary shelters needed to house displaced people. These areas need to be established quickly when disaster hits and be able to house a large number of people. In the past, countries throughout the world have tried a number of solutions, be that housing people in a sporting arena or providing camping trailers or shipping containers for people to live in. We propose the use of the exoshelter, a new technological breakthrough. Exoshelters are built using a stacking design based off of the principle of stacking paper coffee cups. Through this, 20 shelters can be loaded onto a single tractor trailer. With each shelter being able to house 4 people, 80 people can be housed by a single tractor trailer delivery of exoshelters. Because of this, exoshelters allow for rapid deployment of a large number of shelters. Additionally, each shelter is light enough for 4 people to lift, therefore enabling setup to take 2 minutes or less. Thank you for watching our case analysis and proposed solution.